guys, Jarrad here, Investors Edge Real Estate. Wanted to give you my latest Perth property update, and it's been a bit of time since I last recorded one of these back on the 20th of February. So the market has had some subtle changes, and I'm just going to take you through those both for the sale market and the rental market. During February when I last came to you, the market had just over 9,000 properties for sale. And during March, the markets continued to tighten. We were at 8,467 at the end of March, and going into April, it tightened up some more. And we actually got to our low point in the market at 7,885 on the 10th of April. Now that's according to REWA's stats that we get. And that was a pretty critical week for us because the market started to increase in the number of properties for sale again, and the last 3 weeks since then we've seen a gradual increase in the number of homes listed for sale back up again. Now, why do I think that's happening? I'll go into that in a second. The number of sales over this time has remained relatively flat at about 1,000 per week, and what we're actually seeing out in the market is strong price increases in that bracket between 400 and 600. Now that's the bracket that started the turnover really rapidly towards the end of last year, and the turnover led to an exceeding level of demand over supply, and we've had the price increases coming through, and we'll probably see about a 10% price rise in the stats for the next quarter when they're released. Now the bracket above that was sitting relatively flat, but has started to turn over quite considerably over the last, even since I've recorded my last update in Feb. So what we're seeing is strong turnover in that 700 to 900 bracket, and we're also seeing strong turnover start in the sub 400 bracket. So as properties are coming up, they're selling quicker in these higher price suburbs and in the lower price suburbs, and neighbours that have been holding back on selling are now getting the idea to go to the market, and I think that's what's leading to the extra supply that we have, if that all makes sense. So number that are selling have remained quite steady, but we're getting that extra supply from those that have wanted to sell and are now coming. So from a buyer's perspective, it's getting really hard out there for them to find a house and to go through the whole house hunting process. When they go in, they have to act almost at the first home open, if not try to get through the home open beforehand, and they're competing each time against 3 to 8 genuine buyers that are all ready to make an offer. So it's becoming pretty tough out there. I'm getting a lot of complaints from buyers that are missing out on properties, having to take a lot longer to find something because things are just selling that quick. So get your criteria sorted, know what you're after, and get ready to act quickly when the right property comes. From the seller's perspective, you may think it's not as important to select the right agent now because, truth be told, just about any agent can sell a property in this market. But when we've got this level of competition from buyers, an expert agent can really make the most of that competition, and the degree and the influence that we can have on that selling price is even greater now. So, using cutting edge marketing, getting as much exposure on the property, getting as many people along, creating a sense of competition, working that all up, playing buyers off against each other and negotiating the best price, we can actually have a much greater impact on the price in this market, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So make sure more than ever that you don't cut corners in your sale, because you'll be leaving money on the table. Now, on the rental side, since my last update, the rental market median rent price has gone up by $20 per week to $470. So we were seeing people overpaying in their rent, offering more than we were asking, and that's reflected in the stats now. But over the last month and a half, the market has remained at a vacancy rate of 2%, but most noticeably, over the last fortnight, we've noticed things softening up a bit. Nicole, our leasing specialist, isn't getting as many tenants register for home opens. There's less numbers looking, and we're finding that it's taking a little longer to find the right tenant. The market's just softening a little bit, and that's actually reflected in this week's vacancy rate changing from 2% to 2.4%. Now, that's the first softening change in the vacancy rate we've seen in a very long time. So, a couple of changes in key numbers, both the sale market. It's going to be curious to see whether that just holds steady or whether the supply starts to increase again, and a bit of a change in the rental market. We'll have to watch that vacancy rate to see if that settles down as well. So I'll come to you next month with the latest, and I hope this has been of some help for you.